Court Reporter with Stovall & Associates.
Welcome back to Court Reporter. Again, our guest tonight is Town Board-elect Amy Riches. Before we went to the last commercial break, you were talking about some of the points or some of the promises that you ran on.
Right. I promised to try to protect our wells because it's so important. I promised to try to get the Bob Roode Community Center back to the people, which I am doing. I'm in the process of doing that. I'm still doing my investigative work, like I said. I took my tour of the parks because we got to have decent restrooms, come on. And when I was taking the tour of the parks, I was taken to this big vacant field, like 80-acre vacant field called Kellogg Park. And I was told, when I was campaigning, a lady came up to me and she said, take a look at the fire station by Kellogg Park. I said, okay. So I went to Kellogg Park and I saw what I thought was just a dilapidated motor home thing. And I said, what's that? Because Matt Lewis was giving me the tour. And he said, that's the fire station. I said, you gotta be kidding me. He said, hey, it's even worse inside. So I said, okay, let's look at this. Now, as far as I can ascertain, since 2007, there has been a $467,000 impact fee thing. Assessment for the fire station.
Okay.
Now, according to what I'm told, by time they do the turtle study and all these other studies, not much of the money will be there. Okay, fine. The roof leaks like a sieve. It's fixing to rain again. If we get a really high wind, the roof's going to be blown off. It sits on these brick things that are, the bricks are only like that thick and that, and it's just a bunch of bricks with a scooped out hole. So much water damage inside. I said, you've got to be kidding me that our firemen have been living like this. It's shameful. It's absolutely shameful. So another meeting that I'm having is with Mr. Sullivan and Mr. Kohlberger and myself, and then we'll bring Chief Scott Lewis into it to see what we can do to upgrade these guys' living conditions. Now, the firemen are my heroes. They never complain. They bite the bullet. They do what has to be done so that they can be in that neighborhood to service the community there, which is the law. They have to be there. But it's shameful. It's shameful. So I'm working on that too.
So you're essentially going to see if you can find some additional funding. Are you just going to be trying to push forward fundraising efforts, or?
Well, the first thing I have to find out is how much interest has this $467,000 gotten in 5 years. It might be substantial, you know.
Sure.
Second thing is I need to see what we can have, like maybe whoever, I don't know, someone said Harry Reid could do this. I don't know who could do it, but make us not have to pay so much for, maybe get a grant to help with the studies. Something has got to be done. These guys cannot continue to live this way. It's just, it's horrible. It's scary.
One of the interesting things I think that you had addressed was a moratorium on growth.
Absolutely.
Now, we hadn't really gotten into what exactly you think should stop, except for, I guess, residential home building. Do you feel like, though, as far as commercial growth, and if that was to require building, then that would be good for the community?
I think it depends on the business. First of all, let me say this, okay? I don't know about you, but I own my house, but I don't own the water rights.
Right.
Okay, I have a well. When the top water guy came out here not too long ago, he put Pahrump on a list. Now, if Pahrump stays on that list for 10 years, they can meter or cap our wells. That is the law, okay? Well, in order to get off of that list, the best way to get off of it and protect our wells is to have a moratorium on growth. Now, Boulder City did it, Arizona did it. You only allow like maybe a certain amount, like a business, okay, say Walmart was never here or Home Depot was never here, but say they wanted to come here. Okay, how much water do they use? Well, we know they employ people. They're very good for the town.
How about the prison?
Well, from what I'm understanding, the prison is allotted, I think it's 1 million gallons a year. Oh, this reminds me real fast. The soccer parks are going to take 135 acre-feet per year to irrigate. Okay, now past that.
Okay.
Let me tell you about the prison. Nobody that I know of in CCSC or anywhere else was ever against the prison. What they were against is the location of the prison.
No, I understand that.
You know, and but the prison is said and done. So now you got to say, oh my God, there's like 1 million gallons. So there's like 1 million straws right there. Okay. Well, we all know what happened at Ashanti Ridge. Are you familiar with that?
No.
Where the people were told that they could move in, but they were never hooked up to sewer and water. It has been a constant fight. It has been a blight on this community, and the woman died of cancer, and her husband committed suicide, and those houses don't have any sewer or water. I don't know if they finally got it to them, but I don't think they did. Okay, so water is our #1 issue, because without it, we're a ghost town. Okay, but nothing's going to survive. So you have to have a moratorium on growth. Now, people have said to me, well, in hard economic times, no one's going to do anything anyway, so why worry about it? Well, because maybe our hard economic times, we're in a recession right now. Actually, we're in a depression, but they call it a recession. It's pretty bad. But you don't know what's going to happen 2 years from now, 3 years from now. Maybe it'll lift and everybody goes, oh, Pahrumph's the place to be. Well, you know what? That could destroy us. The charm of Pahrump is that it's rural, that it's a small town. It doesn't have sidewalks and street lights and all of that stuff. And it's amazing how many people move here because of that charm and then want to change it. Okay? I mean, that's what they do. But I don't want to go forward. I want to turn the clock back. I like having dirt roads. Okay, maybe not dirt roads that turn to mud. Okay, but I like having no sidewalks. I like having no street lights except in the main part of town. I like being a small town. I like being rural. Now, again, if the people were going to come to me, say tomorrow, and say, well, Amy, we've changed our mind. We want all this stuff now. Okay, people, I gave you a campaign promise to vote the will of the majority of the people, and by God, I'm going to keep it at any cost. So it is always up to the people in my book.
Ms. Riches, I really appreciate you being on tonight. And
My goodness, it went fast.
It does, doesn't it? Congratulations on your election.
Thank you so much.
Good luck with the installment, and we'll talk to you soon enough, and maybe we can try and get a fundraising effort together for the firemen.
That would be so wonderful.
Well, let's try and do it together, okay? Thanks again.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks
for watching Court Reporter. We do appreciate it. We'll see you next Thursday at 5:30. Have a happy holiday.
Court Reporter with Stovall and Associates.